All right, good day, scholars. Today we're going to be using Photoshop to create a sandwich or a hamburger. Okay, so you have some creativity here. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So what we're going to do first is we're going to open up Photoshop. So we're going to go down to our Windows button here. And we're going to select Adobe Photoshop CC 2019. We're going to click, and it's going to open up. Okay. And you may have that project from before. You should have already exported that and put it on your portfolio. What we're going to do now is we're going to create a new project. Okay, so we're going to create new. You can kind of use whatever you want, I guess. I suggested you just use the same 1920 by 1080 that we did last week. If you want to use the default Photoshop size, you can. But I'm going to go with 1920 by 1080 pixels. And I'm going to hit create. And it will give me my blank canvas here. So first off, we're gonna make a hamburger or like a sandwich. It doesn't have to have meat on it, not that big a deal. This is an arts class, first off, so it doesn't have to be super good looking, but I want you to try your best. All right. First off, if you go to our layers down here in the bottom right, you'll see we have a background. We're gonna leave that blank. And we're gonna go here all the way down to the bottom right, and we're gonna select new layer. Okay, it's really tiny down there. I know it's hard to see. But if you look at my cursor, it's right down here. It looks like a little sticky note with a corner folded up. And I'm going to click that, and it says Layer 1. I've added a new layer. And I'm going to click on that layer. I'm going to double click, actually. And I'm going to name it Bottom Bun. So we're going to start off with our bottom bun of our hamburger. And what I'm going to do here is first off, I'm going to find a color. So I'm going over here to my color palette, and I'm going to click my main color here. And it's going to open up our color picker for our foreground color. And I'm going to try and get a color that kind of looks like a bun color. All right, we need a little bit more oranges, I think. And you'll see it right up here, and you can kind of move it around until it makes sense to you. It doesn't have to be perfect. I think that's a good bun color. That's like a McDonald's bun color. And I'm going to hit OK. So now I've got that color selected. The next thing I need is I need to make sure I have my brush tool selected. You can use the pencil tool if you want. I'm going to use the brush tool because I think it's more fun. And when you have the tool selected, up here in the top left, you have a bunch of options. Okay, so first off, you've got this right here. We're not worried about tool presets. Don't worry about that. This right here, if you hit the little drop down here, you will have size. So you can change the size of the brush. I can make it really big. I can make it really little. Okay. And I also have a bunch of presets here for what I want it to look like. So I could do a hard and round sort of size here, and it'll let me make that sort of shape, right? So when I draw, it'll look like that. I'm going to Control Z a couple times to get out of there. And let's try and find another one. Let's look at a bunch. There's a bunch of options here. Kind of choose what you want to use. I'm going to go on with this one. Let's see what this looks like. Can I make a bun that looks okay? I can. So I'm going to color in this bun a little. This is just our bottom bun. So it doesn't have to look super crazy. I might want to maybe, go back to a regular sort of brush here, make it a little bit smaller, and maybe I'll change the color a little darker. And then maybe I'll do like a little edge around here so it kind of looks burnt on the edges. Not burnt, but browned a little bit more. Just give it a little bit more detail, Otherwise it just looks like a circle and not like a bun. So I'm going to put some little spots here on the bottom of the bun here, just random little things. That kind of looks like the bottom of a bun, and I have it named here. So I'm done with the bottom of my bun. I'm going to click New Layer. Let's put some ketchup on there first. I like to have my condiments at the bottom. I don't know why, I just do. So I'm going to put some ketchup. I'm going to hit Enter. I named my layer ketchup. I have it selected. And I'm going to change the color to something that makes sense for ketchup. Maybe a little bit more red. That looks good to me. Okay, that's a good red color. And I could just put, ooh, ketchup, right? That doesn't look very ketchupy though. So I'm going to Control Z and undo that. And I'm going to try and find a brush that looks a little more natural. Like if you actually put ketchup on there. Maybe this, we could try and see what this looks like. It doesn't like doing that one, huh? So maybe that one doesn't work super well. Let's just try some other ones. Some of these might not be installed. That's a bunch of leaves. That looks kind of weird, but you could use that one, right? What looks more, let's go with this one. That one kind of looks like a little bit more ketchup-y, maybe like you're squirting ketchup on the bun here. And I'm gonna just do like a zigzag. Boom, right? Let's add some mustard. Let's say I want mustard too. Boom, I'm doing another layer here. Mustard. I got a new layer, I have it selected. Let's change the color to a more mustardy color. That looks about right. I'm gonna use the same brush and I'm just gonna go this way this time. I might not like that color, but it's fine. I'll keep it like that. We've got that now, right? Maybe we'll do some lettuce next. That would be fun. So let's put some lettuce on top of there. You know, let's do the meat. I'm gonna say a hamburger. You don't have to use. You can do like a veggie burger or something like that. That's fine with me. But I'm gonna do the burger patty. So I named it burger patty. I added a new layer by clicking down here. I've got my patty layer selected, and I'm gonna find a meatish color. Let's go with that right there. And I'm gonna find a brush that makes sense for a patty. Maybe, you can always experiment. Let's go with, let's just try that one out. I'm gonna make it larger. And I'm gonna make my patty. I might wanna make it a little bit larger than that actually. And it's okay if you're going over everything, because I'll show you in a second. There's my patty, okay? Maybe I'll add some detail. I'll get like a little bit of a darker brown, right? Maybe make my size a little smaller and have some little bits of stuff so it looks a little bit more natural. Some texture. We talked about texture a little bit. And I'm gonna put some grill lines actually, so we're gonna go even darker. And I'm gonna change this to a little bit harder of one. And I'm gonna do some lines, grill lines. Boom, got my patty, right? Let's do some lettuce. Layer. You need some veggies on there, you know what I mean? You can't just have meat. I guess you could, but I'm gonna do some lettuce. Let's grab some nice fresh green lettuce here. And you know what might work for this? You know what might be interesting? If we used, let's make this bigger. If we used, let's see what this looks like. Some of these don't work. Let's try a different one. Let's see. I think this was leaves, right? That's fun for lettuce, right? Doesn't make a lot of sense, but let's make a leaf of lettuce here. And look at that. And I'm gonna change this around. I'm gonna use a different one right there. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller. Just to add some texture. Oh, I need to change the color. A little bit darker. And we just want to add some texture, so it looks like, a leaf of lettuce. And you know what? I'm not an artist here, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try real hard. Let's do some lighter ones too, to give it even a little more texture. Right, I'm using lines to give it some texture here. Boom, got my lettuce. If you want to put some bacon on there, you can. If you want to put anything else on there, you can. But I'm going to finish this off real quick. I'm going to put another bun on top. So let's do one last thing. Let's put a bun on top. Boom. I'm just going to guess the color again. I'm not super worried about the color here. I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to make it a little bit larger. I'm going to name it. Don't forget to name it. Top bun. I put op bun. Top bun. Okay. And then we're gonna finish it off with another bun here. We'll color it in. And we're gonna add some sesame seeds. Let's brown the edges, kind of like we did before, right? Let's brown the edges first. I wanna make this a little bit smaller. I'm gonna go darker. There might be a better way to make this look a little bit more realistic, but we're not really going for realism. We're just kind of playing around. So there's that, and I'm going to add some sesame seeds. Let's go a little bit lighter here for the sesame seeds. And let's see if we can find a good one for sesame seeds. I'm thinking, so sesames are kind of ovally shaped, I think. We might have trouble finding one here. What does this do? Well, that makes that bigger. Ooh, that makes it easier to see. The sesame seed shape. Sesame seed shape. Let's just pick something. I don't want to waste y'all's time. Let's pick a sesame. Let's do it. So these are going to be our sesame seeds. Make it a little bit larger. Boom. Oh, and I changed the color, didn't I? Yeah. Those are kind of hard to see. I'm going to make it even brighter. Sesame seed bun. Okay, fantastic. I got my sesame seeds. So we got all our layers here of our hamburger. You add what you want. I want at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers at least. You can always add more if you want to. But here's a secret, right? Let's say I don't want lettuce anymore. Okay, and you don't have to do this, but I'm just going to play around with it. I don't want lettuce anymore. I'm going to hide our top bun. I can't see it no more. Now I can see it. See the little eyeball? Right? Maybe I want to move the lettuce out of the way. So I'm going to click on the lettuce tab, and I'm going to hit Control-T. Or you can go to Edit and Free Transform, and you can just move that lettuce out of the way. Right? This is called non-destructive editing. We have several different layers here, and we can move things around if we want to change them later. Okay? So that's basically it for this assignment. Make sure you save it. I'm going to put my hamburger back together. So to save it, right, let's go over that real quick. I got to remake our bun. There we go. Make sure you go to File, and you Save As, and you save it, hopefully on your desktop, in a folder somewhere, right? You can right-click and make a new folder if you have to. Maybe name it Hamburger, maybe name it Photoshop stuff. I'm going to name it Hamburger Project. And I'm going to put it in my, do I have a Photoshop folder? No. But I'm going to put it in my My Stuff folder. Okay, boom. It's a Photoshop file, so I can work on it later, and I'm going to save. Okay, and we are good to go. So that's basically it, guys. That's how you use layers in Photoshop.